Disaster has struck. Did a bunch more body work on the front guards. Yeah, I can't believe I was very close to putting colour on them. My eyes aren't great, but yeah, these were bad. You can see how many repairs I've done. They were in high build, and yeah, they've had a lot of work. Here's the valance that's ready, and this is the fuel door, the filler cap. So it's all ready for a coat of high build. Realistically, it's probably going to need two coats, two pretty heavy coats, and then obviously blocking back and colour. Hopefully this time they're straight. Pretty embarrassing. So for the second time in this project, the guards are in high build primer. I've got my beer box paint booth here, and these are the bolts for the guards. Put the guards in the car, so I'll get these into my booth and give them a quick shot of satin black, because I think that'll look pretty snazzy. You see them when you open the bonnet, so I think. So finished off in 600 dry. I've had a few people ask me why I don't wet sand. I think it's just personal preference. I mean, I always used to, and I think I wet sanded some or all of the panels on my Tirana, but yeah, I don't know. The AU Falcon that I painted in here, I'd never wet sanded on that either. I think wet sanding, you use less paper. I think the paper clogs quicker when you sand dry, and I've gone through heaps of paper on this project, but I don't know, I think just for cleanliness and not getting water trapped in places where you don't want it, I don't know, I just prefer dry. Sandpaper is not expensive. It's not expensive at all, actually. So, I don't know. I think it's just preference. I don't think you get a better or a worse finish. It always blows my mind how smooth 600 grit feels. Like this, honestly, it feels like glass. Like it's so flat. Really nice. But yeah, so I'm going to mix up some paint. Then I'll give it a wax and grease remover, give it a wipe over, a clean, and then tack rag and let's shoot. Disaster has struck. There's a run in the pink. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's just there. It's not bad, but it's not going to stay. So I'm not actually sure. I've never come across this before, where you put a run in the base coat. It's amateur hour. If it was in the clear, I would just let it bake completely, give it a week or so, and then just sand it out, and then buff it. And I've done that successfully many times in the past. But I'm not sure what to do with the base coat. I haven't Googled it, because it is what it is. What I'm going to do is give it, say, half an hour or an hour to sort of to dry out, and then get some really fine paper. Start with a 600 or a 400 and just work just the run and see if I can get the run out. And if I can at least get it flat, like get the run out, even if I damage the pink, that's okay, because I can give it another coat. I've actually got a little bit left that I mixed up, so that will work okay. I just got to give it enough time where it's not going to go all cluggy on me when I try and block it out. But it's just there. It's probably an inch and a half long, but it'll look crap because I mean I can see it now, and it's not much gloss because the clear's not on it. But you know, every time the light hits it, you're going to see it, so it's garbage. It can't stay. So anyway, I'll give this a bit of time to set up and then start experimenting. But yeah, not a great result. So I got some 600 grit and some water, so I'll just go on that little education piece before about how I always sand dry now. Well, I've decided that I should use water to try and, I don't even know why. I don't know the theory behind it, but I'm going to give it a go. Need to keep it in perspective. If I completely botch this, it's not the end of the world. I'll still clear the valence, the fuel filler, and the other guard, and then I'll come back to this, block it all out, and do it another time. I just prefer to. It's just such a small little run. Can feel it, but there's not much of it. I reckon as I sand, it'll become more obvious because it'll take the sheen off it. And so I'll bring the camera in closer to show what I'm dealing with here. It's getting there. Well, it's definitely fixed because I can't even see where it was. I can see where I've been sanding because it's not as, well, there's no gloss, it's flat, and this base coat has a little bit of gloss to it. But the run is gone, which is great. All right, I'm going to quickly whack another coat of paint on this and move on with life. Okay, clears on. They look great. Plenty of gloss, but that's to be expected with this system. It works really well. This HAMR Hamer paints. Yeah, seems to work really well. It's pretty forgiving. But yeah, looks cool. Give this some time to set up, like basically tonight and tomorrow. I'll come back, have a look. Now, just like the doors, once you get them on, the guards on, you got to adjust them to get a good gap. It's just a matter, there's loads of adjustment. You can shim. Underneath each of these holes along the guards is slotted, and then if you need to get height, you can shim up, but you can usually move things around enough to get the gaps to be good. This looks pretty good now. I haven't tightened up the one inside the guard yet. That'll have a big bearing on it because it's gonna pull it out, like it's gonna close the gap up towards the bottom. So I'll just get this one here nipped up. Geez, that gap looks great, actually. Yeah, so this is the gap here that I was working on, and that's awesome. It's come up real good. Super happy with that. But yeah, it's definitely getting closer. All right, well, thanks heaps for watching. I'm going to button this other guard up, and yeah, we'll be back on the next video. Cheers.